Laura here from Get Organized HQ, and I want to tell you about something that has been a huge problem for me. Now, I'm really good at big projects. Want me to film 7 long videos in a week? Done. Want me to train for months and months for a half marathon? Yep, I got it. But need me to return a phone call, make an appointment, make a return? That's a totally different story. Those small things just start piling up. I am really bad at getting the small stuff done. And a lot of times those small things feel so low stakes and annoying that I would literally rather do almost anything else. And it becomes a huge problem. And I know that I am not the only person who feels this way. So we need to talk about what we can do about this. Before we talk about the solution, we need to investigate the costs of doing this because it has real costs that sometimes we don't think about. First, there's the mental cost. The not doing things piles up all day long, every single day, constant noise. I should be doing this. This isn't done. What am I forgetting? That piles up and it is just literally exhausting. And then there's the actual cost. So many of the things we may be putting off can have an actual monetary or other cost that there's a real consequence. So I've lost money because I didn't return stuff during the return window or pay extra, like some kind of late fee because I put off paying the bill, or, in an extreme circumstances, if you didn't pay your electric bill for several weeks or months, it'd probably get turned off. Like, there are real costs. And here's the thing that really gets me even worse than all that. Because I'm avoiding these small tasks often, I end up not even doing the important stuff that I actually like and would have no problem doing because I feel like, well, I can't move forward until I do the small stuff. So I know I need to do this. I'm not allowed to start on this big project until I get this done. And then it becomes a domino effect that I'm hardly getting anything done, and more stress, more avoidance, and it isn't good. Now, for me, this has always been somewhat of a problem. I've always been a person that is way more attracted to the higher stakes, big projects, and more avoidant of lower stakes, smaller type things. But also, I've been extremely stressed the past couple of years for various reasons. And when we're stressed, we often kind of revert back to that version of ourselves. Plus, there are a lot more little things as I get older that seem to just pile up and pile up. But I want to talk about, over the years, the things that I have tried to fix this. Because I'm guessing, if you're in the same boat, you've tried a lot of things. And I have a long list of things that haven't really worked. I think we need to talk about that before we can get to what really does work. So I've tried doing 15 minutes a day of the admin task. Like, I'm just going to set a timer. I'm going to do 15 minutes. Do you know what happens? That lasts for a week, and then I stop doing it. Maybe I have a legit excuse, but it just didn't last. And then I still had to face it every day. So that didn't work great. I've tried scheduling these types of things as like actual appointments on my calendar. Like, okay, you're going to treat it like you would a doctor's appointment. No, the real appointments just get lost in the shuffle, and it's so overscheduled that there's no way I can keep up with it, and it simply falls apart. Plus, I know myself, I am not as good as keeping low stakes things that I know I'm the only one who's even gonna know. It's not actually a doctor's appointment. My brain can't make it think that it has that same importance. So that didn't work for me. I've tried using daily reminders for everything. So everything is a reminder. That just cluttered up my reminders to the point that I started ignoring them and I missed actual important things. That wasn't working. Running to-do list. Also overwhelming. And again, it doesn't make you actually do the thing. Rewards. These are classic. So once you do this task, you can get this. Also, not really that motivating for me and kind of arbitrary. I've tried accountability, and this one for me has had the most success. It's just a little bit hard to engineer accountability into like every phone call I need to make and every return I need to make, because it needs to be real high stakes accountability. It can't just be me like mentioning to my husband, oh, I'm going to make this return tomorrow. Like, it has to be real. So it's hard to get that sense into everything. But when I have used it, that has been the most effective. I am someone who is most motivated highly by social pressure. If somebody is expecting me, you better believe I'm going to show up and I'm going to do it. So things like the weekly quick wins that I do every week in the Insiders, because people are expecting me, I absolutely am going to show up every time and get those things done. So that works. But The problem is I need a way to make all of these little things into that, and we are gonna come back to that, okay? I've tried the 2-minute rule. This is something that, again, I would put this in the sort of works category. Many times I will tell myself when I don't want to do something, just do it for 2 minutes. And 95% of the time, I actually do get into the task and I can end up completing it. And about 5% of the time, I actually let myself stop. That is the key to that rule, by the way. If you know you're not going to let yourself stop, then it will lose its power. However, again, in my life, there's just too many of these tasks. I can do that a few times, but I'm not going to be able to do that with like 20 different things every day. We've tried minimizing distractions, willpower, so many different approaches. I've read all the books, Atomic Habits, Power of Habit. Oh my goodness, the number of books I have read on the subject is truly staggering. None of these address the core problem, that constant overwhelming noise. And even when I did do some of these things for a while and make a little bit of progress, I still felt constantly behind. So it's time to come up with something different. All right, so let me tell you what I've come up with after all of my research, and it gets even better because this solution isn't just going to help me, it's going to help you too. So it's called Clean Slate Day. And the basic idea is that I batch all of those little things that I have been putting off into one focused day where I get all of those things done. Now, why this works is so important. First of all, I know that I need something to be high stakes. It has got to feel like a big deal and I need some accountability. So I need to turn the low stakes into high stakes so that my brain actually cares and it makes those mundane things more exciting. Now, I realize that not everyone works this way. Some of you, this might actually stress you out. But for me, it's exactly what I need. And here's the thing, I'm doing the first one live with you so we can figure this out together. We can see what works, what doesn't, what needs adjusting, and it's not just gonna help you, it's gonna help all of us. So check the description. It'll let you know when the next Clean Slate Day is coming up so that you can join us and it'll be completely free. All right, so let me walk you through how this works. And I've already started implementing a lot of this stuff for myself. You can just start now, whatever time it is, watching this video. So the first step is you create a list. I'm calling it the hanging over my head list. You can call it whatever your heart desires. So this is a running list. I'm keeping mine in the reminders app on my phone because it's always with me, and I love that I can just say, hey Siri, add XYZ to my list, and it will do it. And so I don't even, it's so little friction to add it to my list. So anytime throughout the whole month, something pops into my head that fits in this category, a smaller task that I don't wanna do, that I need to get done, it is gonna go on this list. Already, I can tell you I've had so much mental relief from this. And here's the question that I ask myself. So when a task comes to mind that I'm thinking about adding to the list, I ask myself, can this wait until the next Clean Slate Day, it's on my calendar, or does it really need to happen before then? If it needs to happen before then, so I need to sign a permission slip, for example, and it's on a specific day, it goes on my reminders where it will pop up on that day. But this is uncluttering my reminders because the only things on my reminders now are the things that really, truly, absolutely are gonna need to be done around the time that they pop up, and they're not cluttered up anymore. So those will go on the reminders with a pop-up on the day that they need to be done because they actually truly do. And anything that can possibly wait. And do not succumb to the temptation of being like, I'd really like to get this done, say in a couple days before the Clean Slate Day, but does it actually really truly have to be done before then? It better go on Clean Slate Day. And here's the thing, there's no rule saying that I can't decide when it's not Clean Slate Day that I want to do some of those things. And I've already done that a couple times. It was on my list. I was like, oh, I think I can do this. I went ahead and did that. So there's no rule saying that you can't, but if it can possibly go on there, that's where it goes. So this part is really important. So when the actual Clean Slate Day comes, you can either do this the morning of, or you can do this the day before, a couple days before if you want to. We're gonna take everything on that list, and you might be expecting me to say, we're gonna get it all done. No, we are not. Do not fall into that trap because I am telling you right now, if you're anything like me, there is no possible way that I can get my entire list done in 6 hours. That's how much time I'm setting aside. That will not be happening, okay? So we still need to triage the list a little bit to make it realistic, because the last thing that you want is this feeling of you went and you worked on some of the things on the list, but you can't possibly get them all done and you're already overwhelmed before you start and you didn't even get done what you really need to get done. So we're still gonna need to work on categorizing that list. Now the idea would be as time goes on, it will get a little bit shorter, but for the first one, you are not getting everything done. So here's how I categorize the things on my list. Now I will have a printable for you. You can go ahead down below and download that if you want to. So if you want a nice way to like write all this out, personally, I'm using my reminders app and you can put little sections on your reminders. So I'm just dragging my to-dos into those sections. But here's how I'm categorizing my list. Tier 1 is non-negotiable. 2, really important. 3, regular important, and 4 is bonus. Now, those sound like strange categories. You might expect someone to say high, medium, low, extra, or something like that. Here's why I name my categories this way. What happens when we're categorizing is everything feels important. And I wouldn't have put something on the list if I didn't really want to do it or think it would be good to get it done. So everything on the list feels pretty important. And I cannot bring myself to write something in something called low priority. But when I instead phrase it regular important, yeah, it's still important. It's just regular important. That tricks my brain into being able to truly categorize. Because if everything is a priority, nothing is a priority, I'm sure you have heard this. So tier 1, non-negotiable. These are the things that really, truly cannot wait until the next Clean Slate day. That's about a month away. So if I look at it and I'm like, really, truly, consequences would happen. If I didn't do this before then, it gets put up in the non-negotiable. If there's any possible way it could wait, it's not there because the non-negotiable is the only thing we're guaranteed to get done. Then we have the really important. These really should get done next month. I am gonna be more perturbed if they don't get done, but you wouldn't absolutely have to. And then the regular important is like, yeah, I would really love to. They're still important. The bonus is things that are just clearly like, either this is way far in the future, or there's a few things that I put on the list that's like, does it really matter if this happens? Like maybe I want to alphabetize my spices. Nothing bad will happen if I never ever do that. It would just be a nice to do. So we're gonna categorize everything into those 4 tiers before we even get started. And don't worry if this takes a few minutes and eats into your Clean Slate day time. It will be time well spent, I guarantee it. And when we do this live, I'm gonna walk through my list with you so you can see a lot more examples of how I am categorizing these. So make sure you check that link down below so that you can attend that and I'll share more details with you. Now, I wanna take it a step further and make this even more fun, and I have 6 what I'm calling discovery questions that I'm gonna kind of make sure that I address not just those non-negotiables, but some other fun things. Now, these are optional. You can totally ignore them if you want to. These are also on the printable, by the way, that you can download below. But these are just fun things that I like to ask myself. Number 1 is, what can I accomplish the fastest? Of all of these things, what is gonna take the least amount of time? I guarantee you there are things that will probably take me 2 minutes or less. From like making a hair appointment. That's an example for me. I always put that off. I hate making phone calls, but never, hardly ever has that taken more than 2 minutes. Like they always answer. I just tell them I want an appointment and it's done. So I asked that question, and then that's the thing I want to tackle first. That's like generating some momentum. Like I already got one thing off the list right away, done. Next question is, what is the thing with the highest dread factor that I am just like, oh, this is the thing I most don't want to do? If it only takes a couple minutes, I might do that right after the fastest, or I might do one of the non-negotiables and then this one. If it is a non-negotiable, then that is the one that I will do next, because I cannot tell you the momentum that gives you. You've got the worst thing done now. Everything else from there is downhill. The next question is, what would give me the most relief if it were done today? Now, it could overlap. Some of these questions, like you might have the same task for multiple ones, which is absolutely a high priority task that you should start with if that is the case. But what would I feel the best if I got that out of the way today? Next question, and I love this one. What lights you up and excites you, but never quite feels urgent? This is something that I like to make sure I tackle as well, because otherwise these are the kind of things that always stay at the bottom of the list. An example of this would be, for me, I have been planning to host a little craft night or craft day with my friends for like literally years. It's been like 2 years since I've done it. I have tons of craft supplies that I am dying to use up. Like I wanted us to use them up and get rid of them. And I keep saying, I don't know how many times I've said, I'm gonna just schedule a craft date, but I never get around to actually doing it. I'm like, well, I have to pick a date, and then I have to decide who I'm going to invite, and then I have to compose a text, I have to send it to them. Okay, why am I putting that off? I don't know. So this is something that truly excites me, but never gets urgent. So that's one that I'm also gonna try to get done. I also asked this question: what is the one thing I've been putting off the longest? Now, don't overthink these. If nothing comes to mind, it's fine. You don't have to answer it. But that's another good one to consider tackling on your next day, because some things have just been on there forever. And sometimes when I ask this question and I identify the item, sometimes this is a good candidate to cross off the list and say it actually wasn't that important to me. Like, I'll use the example of relabeling my spices. It's something I've wanted to do forever. Do I really need to? They have labels. They're just not pretty. Maybe I can just take it off the list. And the last question is, what's one thing that would surprise you if you actually got it done? So this can be really positive momentum because you're thinking, oh, I probably won't get that done, but what would surprise you if you got it done? All right, so don't forget to click the link down below to grab that printable, and then let's talk about what the actual day will look like. Here's what it's going to look like for me. Now, you don't have to copy me exactly, but first you need to pick a specific day, and I went ahead and picked several days throughout the rest of the year. I'm not committing to doing all of these live necessarily. I might, we'll see, but I went ahead and picked them so I know when they are. For me, I picked a Tuesday and mostly the first Tuesday of the month. I think I made some accommodations like when other things were going on, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the same day each month. And it needs to be a day where you have focused time. I also picked Tuesday for me because I often do my long runs on Monday. It does not need to be a long run day. First of all, the long run takes a long time. Like, it takes over 2 hours. And then once I get home, I have to recover a little bit, shower, get ready. So I would just be starting too late. And also often I'm very exhausted. So it needs to be a day when you feel like you can give this your full energy. Now, that said, I know that not everyone has the flexibility to take a weekday. You can modify and split it up. So you could do even just a couple hours or 1 hour that evening if you need to, or split it into a week. So you maybe do 1 hour a day, or even just 1 hour period is going to take you further than you've gotten so far. So don't think you have to set aside as much time as I do. Then I'm gonna plan the day in solid work blocks. So I'm gonna go live at the beginning of the day. We're gonna walk through the list together. I'll talk to you all about it. And then I'll get started, and I'm gonna do solid work blocks of an hour or two, and then I'll have a few scheduled breaks where I get to move around. I think that's really important. So even something as simple as walking up and down my driveway, or a little bit of movement. I will also have a lunch break. I will make sure I know what I'm having for lunch, so that's not another decision that I have to make or something that derails me. And then at the end of the day, I plan to come back on live again, and I'll talk about what I got done, and we can kind of share together what we got done during the day. So that's accountability at the end. So I'm starting at the beginning together, we're doing the work, and then I'm coming back on the end, and I'll let you know what I actually got done and how it went. Then at the end of the day, I'm planning something celebratory. So for me, I think that is going to be either going to a restaurant that I really like, or door dashing my favorite food. So we're just gonna have a little bit of fun at the end of the day, and I'll probably let myself off the hook for like most of the other regular tasks, like if I wanna watch a show or do something fun like that, to give me something to look forward to. And like, I've worked really hard, now we got to the end of the day, and we get to do this fun thing. So I would encourage you to pick something. It can be really small. It doesn't even have to be like a whole dinner out. It could be like your favorite ice cream bar, or something small, a trip to Target to buy, a new set of pins that you've been wanting, something like that, so you can celebrate at the end of the day. So let's review and make sure you have everything you need if you want to do this with me. First of all, go ahead and look in the description down below to see when that next day is coming up, and go ahead and put that on your calendar, and then you can download the printable below if you want to, and go ahead and start that hanging over your head list right now. Anything that you have that needs to get done is gonna go on that list. That's all you need to do. So hope this helps you, whether you're gonna join me live or whether you're just gonna do some version of this yourself. Let me know how it goes for you, and make sure you check the link below to join us for our next Clean Slate Day.